Welcome to my Look Back to the Future, the show where three very special celebrity guests literally try to predict the future. Earlier this year, they made predictions about 2018. Tonight, they're back and will be teaming up with themselves from the past, brought to life as holograms. So, let's say hello to our guests. Please, could you welcome Richard Osman, Catherine Ryan and Danny Dyer. How's it going, guys? Are you very excited about seeing your holograms?
It's a fucking insane idea, this, isn't it? Very exciting times to be part of it.
Catherine, how are you feeling? You excited?
It's really scary to be confronted with what you said exactly a year ago and be accountable for those things. It makes me feel like less of a politician than ever.
Yeah. Richard, you buzzing?
Oh, yeah, I am buzzing. I'm sorry, I should turn my phone off.
That is next level. OK, well, you're going to get to meet them in just a moment. First, the show is all about 2018 and what a 12 months it's been. Take a look at this. I'd never have predicted that any year could top the insanity of 2017. But then 2018 came along and made me look like a right prick.
10 out of 10.
Starting off by offering a glimpse of post-Brexit Britain, the whole country ran out of chicken and turned completely white. Once the sun came out, so did the protesters, banging the drum for a people's vote, the NHS and recognition of Trump as the world's most bloated baby.
So ludicrously, impossibly awful.
We discovered Facebook was a dirty little snitch sharing all our info. There was a royal wedding that didn't make me feel like a peasant. Football might not have come home, but it was still the best World Cup for ages. Wenger was out, flossing was in, until Jeremy did it. The Spice Girls returned and Theresa May said stop right now and goodbye to these wannabes. Thank God it's nearly over. I'm knackered. So, tonight will work like a quiz, and your team's success relies on how accurate your holograms' predictions were about the year. Let's meet your teammates. For Team Danny, all the way from January, he's younger, fresher. Please welcome Hologram Danny! Danny, what do you make of how you looked a year ago, mate?
Yeah, I'll let you on a little secret. It's been a very lucrative year because these trotters from January Dan are some brogues out of River Island, and I've got a pair of Jimmy Choos on today. So, and I feel terrible grassing up January Dan.
Yeah.
You know.
But January Dan was a River Island prick. Danny, you're going to prepare yourself because this could be a little weird. Is there anything that you'd like to say to your future self, Hologram Danny?
Yeah, you look well. You look really well, mate. And well done this year, because last year was a fucking nightmare. So, well done.
It's like double the diet is a mind blower, isn't it? What have you done, Danny, to make sure that this year wasn't a nightmare?
I just whacked me daughter in Love Island, and yeah, and it works out lovely.
Yeah, nice.
She's just an incredible human being, and I've unleashed another Danny Dyer on the world, but a much prettier version.
Hologram Danny, how are you feeling about being on the show?
I'm quite excited about being an hologram, so I'm going to sit up, be a bit more sophisticated sort of version of me, you know what I mean? A better version. And, yeah, it's a fucking random show, though, isn't it? Yes.
OK, so Hologram Danny is going to be your teammate tonight making all the predictions. Do you think that you work well playing with yourself?
No, well... let's have a little...
Ghost wank.
Sky One, where Danny Dyer gets a round of applause and whacking himself off.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good, it's good. They applauded it. Savages. OK, so that was Danny's teammate. Catherine, you're now about to get company. Please welcome, all the way from the past, it is Hologram Catherine. do you have a message for your future self, hologram Catherine?
Oh, well, yes, future self. You have either had too much or too little Botox this year. Sort it out. I think women on television should be confronted with a yearly version of themselves so that they can gauge that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep it together. Yeah, I'm just mostly excited to see what happens to my face. Okay. You couldn't tell by looking at her whether she was excited or not.
OK, finally, Richard, it is your turn. We're currently seeing the after, so let's see the before. Please welcome a year younger and a year less wise, although still the same height. It is hologram Richard. Jesus, Richard, what happened? What would you like to say to your future self, hologram Richard?
I would say to my future self, firstly, blimey, aren't you tall? I've always wanted to say that to myself. And then I would say, don't forget to change your agent.
Is there anything you wanted to say to yourself, Richard?
Are you talking to me, Richard, or hologram?
Oh, I'll be clear. When I'm talking to your hologram, I will say hologram Richard.
Couldn't be simpler.
Like how we do it when we hang out.
So is there something I'd like to say to my...
Say or toss yourself off or whatever. I don't know. You can take a lead from Danny. Whatever you want to do, mate.
Just wank yourself off, Rich. Honestly, I love it. I love all that.
You know what? I hope this year ends with Danny Dyer saying, just wank yourself off, Richard. That's what I thought at the start of the year. And my Christmas dreams have come true.
OK, well, look, I've got to say I'm feeling slightly outnumbered, so can we please fire up old me? He looks like he's nervously waiting for the results of immigration test.
How did that go, by the way?
Please let me stay, please let me stay. No, I'm in.
Oh, phew.
Guys, what do you think? Do you think I've changed a lot?
Look strong, Ramesh. You look strong, mate, yeah.
What, there or now?
No, now.
Now?
Yeah, you look fucked there, fuck you. No, you look lovely.
I didn't think I would notice a change in you since I see you every single day on every program, but you're clearly getting paid for that work. You look swish.
I forgot, Catherine, that you're so selective about what you do.
Yeah.
Now, there is a very good reason. There is a very good reason why I have a hologram as well. Having two of me isn't just about the concept. It's also Sky's way of upping the diversity quota. OK, look, screw the quota, let's try a white version. That's actually my... It's actually my wife's catchphrase. I mean, I do actually want to go through airport security like that to see if it is actually quicker. On the subject of race, I just want to say that those things that happened this year were not good. Brown lives matter. Typical white guy. Thinks he understands the struggle. Am I right, brothers? Must have offended him. Honky, eh? Can't take a joke.
It's cool, though, Ramesh, because for a second you had two good eyes.
I would just like to take this opportunity to say that you applauded the mocking of a disability. OK.
No.
Throughout the show, we're going to be taking a look at some of the biggest headliners. And first up, it's the royal wedding. OK, let's have a reminder of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's special day. Who doesn't love a royal wedding? Me, or anyone I respect. But at least you normally know what you're getting. White people in fancy outfits. Weirdos outside, grateful for something their taxes funded.
10 out of 10.
Harry and Meghan!
But who could have predicted what would follow when Harry married that actress from that TV show that no one's ever seen? There was a performance by a gospel choir. Stand by me, stand by me. And an excitable American bishop where everyone had to pretend they were enjoying to avoid seeming racist.
For God is love.
Even this bloke kept his dodgy jokes to himself. By the end, even I was feeling emotional, because the cup final was starting shortly on the other channel. Tonight, we've got someone who was actually there at the royal wedding. Please, could you give a curtsy for Hello's world correspondent, Emily Nash? Emily, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
What is your relationship with Prince Harry?
I follow him around and write about his life, and someone pays me to do it.
Great, and you look pretty cosy here. Have you smashed?
I'm afraid this was all business and no pleasure, so...
And you were at the wedding of the year, weren't you?
I was.
What was your highlight of the wedding?
It was such a warm, fun day. Bishop Michael Curry, I don't think anyone's going to forget in a hurry. Just lots of lovely little touches. We had Harry picking flowers for Meghan's bouquet from the garden in the morning. Very romantic. I think even some hardened cynics were seen crying in the press room during the vows.
Mm-hmm. Because they were upset about the interracial element of the relationship? Guys, did you enjoy the royal wedding? Did you watch it?
No, I fucked it off.
Did you?
Couldn't be bollocks.
Couldn't be bollocks. What about you, Catherine? You into that?
I was outraged by it. Of course, I was not invited. There would have been way too much sexual tension, obviously. I feel, were it not for Hell No magazine, I would believe that I was with Harry. I get terrible news from your publication.
I'm sorry.
He's always dating people who are not me.
What about you, Richard?
Yeah, I did watch it. I decided not to fuck it off this year. I loved it. Sorry to be not funny about it. I thought it was just lovely. I'm not a huge royal fan. Prince Philip behaved himself, so I lost quite a lot of money at Ladbrokes. I thought it was delightful.
Wow, that's a rare moment of honesty here. OK, so I am looking for a prediction of the most famous guest. Let's see what your holograms predicted back at the start of the year. Let's start off with hologram Danny.
Well, it's not fair, this one, because obviously we're related.
Yes, it is true. As we discovered on Who Do You Think You Are, Danny Dyer is genuinely related to the royal family. How far down the royal lineage are you, hologram Danny?
Well, I'm fucking 197th to the front. So you work that one out.
Well, it sounds a lot like it's already been worked out. You're 197th in line.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
So, being of royal blood loosely, you're kind of best placed to get this right. So, final answer, who will be the most famous guest, hologram Danny?
The most famous, I would have thought, will probably be... I fancy Trump might show his boat. He might show his fucking boat. You never know with that geezer.
I can't remember what my answer was. Was it that as well? I don't remember.
Danny, are you still happy with that prediction?
Well, no, because he didn't fucking go, did he? So I...
Didn't show his boat.
Yeah, it didn't work out, that one, did it? But...
Emily, were you expecting the Donald to be there?
I wasn't, to be honest, and we know that Meghan has previously called him misogynistic and divisive, so he was never going to be on the guest list.
Right, OK. Well, look, I asked Catherine the same question. Who do you think will be the most famous guest at Harry and Meghan's wedding? Hologram Catherine.
I think Beyonce will show up, Jay-Z. Meghan Markle's good friends with Serena Williams and her entire growing family. I think Obama will be there because Prince Harry, though a royal, has a super cool edge, like his relative Danny Dyer. I said that.
Are you happy with your prediction, Catherine?
Yes, I expected a lot of the A-list black community to come out because this is what we've wanted for a long time. Mixed ethnicity in the royal family. It is groundbreaking.
And by we, you mean everyone outside of the royal family?
Maybe even the royal family were excited about it. Don't you think, Ramesh?
I think Prince Philip certainly was. Dusted off the old joke book, sort of cracked some of those out. I've got a great one about spears here. Emily, were any of Catherine's guesses at the wedding?
She got Serena Williams spot on. Woo! They've been friends for quite a long time, I think since 2010, and they hang out a lot together.
So, Catherine, well done.
Thank
Serena
you.
Williams was there. Did you know that they were mates, or did you just go for the old black connection?
Wow. No, I knew that they were mates, and I also know that Obama likes to keep a low profile, might have also been there, but it might not have been reported, because if you're Obama, you just want to blend in.
I bet he was disguised as James Corden. That's the sort of thing Obama would do.
OK, final prediction in this round. Who will be the most famous guest at the royal wedding? Hologram Richard.
Go on, son. In a way, I hope Trump does go there, just because it'd be nice for him to meet Prince Philip. Can you imagine that? And also, I hope they keep this bit in 12 months' time, because that means Prince Philip is still with us. I think that there will be someone there from Suits, and I've never watched Suits, so just one of the guys from Suits, like the most famous guy, the actor out of Suits. I don't know if you watch Suits, but you know the main guy? That guy, I think he'll be there. The most famous person, I think this is quite easy, because I think that the Queen will be there.
Clever.
Yeah, you're feeling very pleased with yourself. You're happy with that prediction, I take it?
Well, yeah, listen, I can't remember everyone who was there, but I think the Queen... She was sitting next to Prince Philip. I think she was there, yeah.
Emily, was there anyone from Suits at the wedding?
Yeah, the hot guy from Suits was definitely there.
Oh.
How about
Gabriel Macht. Yes, I can't remember what his character's called either.
that guy. That's the guy I meant.
Very well done, and luckily for you, Prince Philip is still with us at the time of recording. And we do need an option B, Prince Philip, R.I.P. Richard, you were being a bit tricksy by predicting the Queen. Here she is, but does she really count as a famous guest?
No.
What? I mean, she's a guest, and she's the most famous woman in the world.
If I told my mum she was a guest at
Right.
my wedding, she said, you know what? You're an accident. That's what she would say. I mean, even if we do consider her a guest, would she be more famous than the other A-listers? What do you think, hologram Catherine?
But is the Queen more famous than some of my guesses? So, for example, if you put the Queen next to Beyonce, but they were both just stripped back, you know, like if you showered both of them and then put them in just like a flesh-colored unitard alongside other lookalikes, would people know that that was Her Majesty?
OK, so that's Beyonce and the Queen getting showered.
Yeah.
You've actually mentioned my top sexual fantasy. Catherine...
Yeah, but Beyonce wasn't at the wedding.
She was not at the wedding, no.
No. No, I think that's cleared it up. But it is time to pick a winner. Yes, Richard, the Queen was there. She is the most famous, but is she a guest?
No.
No. So I'm going to award the point for this round to Catherine for picking out Serena Williams.
Thank you. Trixie.
You know the Queen will be watching this. She's going to go absolutely fucking mental at you.
She always does. I'll slap her down. I was joking. My family's position in this country is extremely tenuous. Emily, did you hear any gossip about the evening reception? Is it true there was a dance-off? I mean, no prizes for guessing which side of the family had the more natural rhythm, but was there any gossip?
There have been reports of a dance-off between the two princes and Prince Charles, in fact. He's quite a mover, by all accounts. It was hosted by James Corden, dressed, obviously, as Henry VIII.
Barack Obama.
And if there was dancing, Idris Elba was apparently on the decks later in the evening. So, a lot of glamour.
Well, could you tell us that if there was anyone in the country that gave a shit about Eugenie's wedding, for example?
Come on. I think people did get behind her. She's a nice girl.
Yeah, and from what I heard, both people that watched it really loved it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big thank you to Emily Nash? Come back after the break when I'll be talking to these three about the World Cup and to Sky about why no one's contacted me about the next series of League of Their Own. Welcome back to my Look Back to the Future. Our special guests, Danny, Catherine and Richard, have been joined by their slightly younger selves from the beginning of the year, brought to life as holograms. They are competing tonight to see who made the most accurate predictions about 2018. And yes, I am having to explain the format after every break. What a year it's been for sport, and it's time for another of the year's biggest headline events, the World Cup. And what a tournament it was. Take a look at this.
Some just love.
When the England team arrived in Russia, we had all the confidence of Theresa May presenting a mobo. I mean, come on, the manager was that bloke who missed a penalty against Germany. And he was wearing a bloody waistcoat. This is football, mate, not snooker.
It is a thrill to welcome you to...
But in a new and unexpected approach, England attempted to score goals. And they did.
Jesse Lingard, 3-0.
Loads of them.
Harry Kane is England's priceless gem.
We scored goals, broke the penalty shootout curse. And for a couple of days, both my eyes were pointing in the same direction.
Through to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
The whole nation believed it was coming home. Even the odd brown bloke was allowed to join in. But the dream ended when those cheating Croatian bastards stole our place in the final. But the World Cup was just a warm-up for the League of Nations, or the Nations League, or whatever the two-bob tournament's called. We're going to win it. It is coming home.
Coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
That bloke looked like an absolute legend, didn't he? Guys, did you watch every game? Danny?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a beautiful thing, the World Cup. Very, very exciting. Brought everyone together, do you know what I mean? We've all been walking about, you know, with the hump, with our nuts down, you know, just depressed.
Yeah, my nuts have certainly been down, so it was good. Catherine, did you watch it?
I'm a huge fan of balls being smashed into open goals, which is why I was totally engrossed by Love Island. But... not her, though. But this World Cup was very special, and I like when the nation is in a good mood.
Yeah, me too. Richard?
Yeah, I loved it. I think I did watch all of it. I didn't like it. I don't like it when people watch together. You know, like that clip there when we scored in about the 6th minute? Everyone threw their points in the air, which looks amazing on the news. Think of the poor people standing there. 84 minutes, you're literally covered in beer. It was quite hot. There's wasps everywhere. That's not a way to enjoy the World Cup.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
England score, everyone throws beer in there, and Richard's just going, guys, can we just think about... This is going to have to be cleared up, you know. This is a nightmare.
You'd have enjoyed that, would you?
I wouldn't have been there in that fucking mob.
Yeah.
OK, well, to help guide us through your predictions, I invited someone who knows all about England's World Cup. Please, could you give a warm welcome to football legend, Chris Kamara? Cammy, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for being here, mate. How are you?
Thanks for having me. What a lovely panel as well. Absolutely. Worked with all of them, and they're all superstars.
Yeah, I love you, Cammy.
That was so awkward that none of us replied. I agree. You're a superstar as well, Cam.
Thank you, Rich.
OK, what an unbelievable World Cup it was. What was your highlight, Cammy?
Oh, there were so many highlights. It was just great. Beating Sweden was brilliant, and then the penalty shootout. Oh, and it was one of them, we can't win a penalty shootout. Well, we never win a penalty shootout. Then Danny Dyer goes up, sorry, Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer goes up, takes his penalty and scores. Then it's down to Pickford. 1-on-1. Pickford, what a brilliant save. And I was in the pack horse in Chiswick, and all of a sudden, I got the wet look on me bonnet because the beers just went everywhere. People were just throwing their beers all over the place, and everybody didn't care. And it was just brilliant. It was so good. So I flew to Russia for the semi-finals.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for keeping it so concise. You, as you said, you're actually at the World Cup. This is you sharing a lift with the players' wives and family, thanks to Jordan Pickford's mum.
With all the families, yay! Well, they were all quiet and nervous. Come on, everybody, all the families, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home.
I mean, literally the worst passenger of all time.
Yeah. And all the families are looking around at each other thinking...
Thinking, how the fucking hell did he get on this bus? That's what...
Now, Cammy, you actually know the manager, Gareth Southgate, very well, don't you? Here you are with him. I mean, he seems very laid back and reasonable, but be honest, is he a bit of a prick sometimes?
No, not at all.
Is it true that you texted him every day during the World Cup?
Well, not every day, after every game. Just to say, congratulations, well done. And I didn't text him after the Croatia game.
No. Did he reply to you?
Yes.
I bet it was always new phone, who dis?
OK, well, look, thank you for being here, Cammy. Back in January, I asked each of you which country you thought would win the 2018 World Cup. First up, Mr Football, Hologram Danny.
Well, I think it's always the same, isn't it? The Germans are, you know, I don't know what they jack themselves up with, some sort of fucking German fucking juice, whatever it is. But it don't matter what year it is, what decade, whatever, you know, they've always got a you know, strong team.
What is German juice, mate?
What Well, I obviously run out of it this year, didn't they? Because, which does make me happy, really.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've sort of got this one wrong, but I don't know what I was talking about in January.
No,
Jackie.
but you were buzzing when Germany got knocked out.
Oh, especially when I was all crying, the players.
Yeah, we've got a photo of it here. Look at them.
Yeah, look at the state of them. Look, love it. Absolutely love it, yeah.
OK, well, look, Danny's tactic of backing a tournament favourite didn't pay off. Let's see which team Richard decided to back. Over to Hologram Richard.
I think that if it's possible to hack it, Russia will win it. And it's weird, isn't it, how there's so many... all that food poisoning, whoever they're playing, food poisoning. And then Gareth Southgate got caught with those prostitutes in that hotel. It's so odd, right? So I think Russia will do well. But I agree with Danny. I think Germany, unfortunately, will win this World Cup.
Well, look, actually, Richard, what is crazy is that Richard did, in fact, predict the winner of the World Cup with France on Twitter. This is a genuine tweet before the tournament had even started.
There you go.
It's pretty amazing. Although, if we zoom out, we'll see that you made quite a few predictions that day. Yeah. So, the die-hard football fans, Danny and Richard, failed miserably in their predictions, but what chance does someone who's never even been to a football match have? Well, let's see what you said. Hologram Catherine, please.
Tell him, babe.
Well, I feel like England are going to win the World Cup this year because let's change the game. Like, you guys can do it, I think.
Catherine, you were right to think that England would do well. What made you think that that was going to happen? What did you know that us so-called football fans didn't?
I thought this country really needed it, and I thought, why not? Why doesn't anyone believe in England? And I was not exactly right, but I didn't pick Germany.
No, absolutely right. Chris, it's almost time for me to pick a winner. Could you please help me out? Whose prediction impressed you the most?
There is only one winner. Catherine knows more about football than the other two. There's no danger about that.
OK, the player whose prediction was close to the truth is Catherine. Well done.
Wow.
OK, ladies and gentlemen, please, can you give a massive round of applause to the legend that is Chris Kamara?
Thank you.
OK, so this next round is called Speech Bingo. The idea is to predict which words will crop up in some of the year's biggest speeches. Back in January, I asked you what 3 words would feature in Gareth Southgate's press conference at the end of England's World Cup journey. OK, Team Richard, let's hear the 3 words that you thought would appear.
I will say apologies. I will say Panama, as in Panama are a better team than we expected. And I will say, listen, he might be giving a speech because we've won, in which case I'll say Putin, as in thank you, Mr. Putin, for poisoning the Panamanian goalkeeper.
So, Richard, your words were apologies, Panama and Putin. Knowing what you know now, how confident are you feeling?
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Team Daddy, let's hear the 3 words that you predicted would feature.
He's just going to... He'll keep it very simple and he'll just go, I fucked it. And I'm now going to take about £6 million for fucking it up and I'm going to get on with my life. So that's what's going to happen. I'd love him to say that, actually. To sit there and go, do you know what? I fucked it, so...
Danny, you feeling a bit embarrassed now?
He didn't fuck it, though, did he? To be fair? No, he didn't. I got it completely wrong. Very trappy.
What, Danny from a year ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it.
Are you getting annoyed by yourself?
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't want fuck all to do with him, Ramesh.
OK, well, hold your horses, Danny, because you went for I, fucked and it. OK, those are your 3 words.
Well,
so...
no, not mine, his.
Yeah, they're his, yeah. All right. You're distancing yourself from yourself a year ago. Well, let's hear now from the only person who really knows and believes in England, Hologram Catherine.
So, he's going to say teamwork.
Yep.
He's going to say hopeful, and then he's going to mention the children, kids.
Thank you so much for clarifying the definition of children for us, Catherine.
Some footballers need it clarified.
Were you talking about his own or kids in general?
I'm talking about the cast members, the squad of football players.
The cast members, correct, yeah.
Because to me, they're very much children. Aren't they like 20?
Yes, yeah.
And boys.
Yeah.
So basically 9.
OK, so...
And God bless them, but children, that's who I meant.
OK. Well, to recap, Richard went for apologies, Panama and Putin. Catherine picked teamwork, hopeful and kids. Danny chose I, fucked and it. OK, let's take a look at Gareth's World Cup press conference after being knocked out by Croatia. We've edited it to focus on the words you selected. Every time Gareth says a word you chose, you win a point. Good luck.
I would like to welcome Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, I think I think it's nothing because I think it's yeah, I've said all along, but I think I repeat, I don't think there's something I think, so I don't remember the second part of the question. I think.
You didn't say too much? What?
So, Danny, year ago you weren't as much of a prick as you thought, eh?
Yeah.
So, well done, Danny. It was mentioned 9 times. I was mentioned an astonishing 51 times. You just missed out on the hat-trick there because you didn't get fucked. Commiserations, Catherine and Richard. None of your words actually featured at all.
What we've learned is that insurance salesman come captain doesn't believe in teamwork, doesn't care about kids, and he never thought that they had a chance.
Yeah, what a surprise he didn't mention Putin. Danny, pure accident or shrewd strategy?
I quite like him now. I've changed my mind. No, he's all right. He's going to go far, this kid. So...
it's time for me to pick a winner, and obviously I have got to give it to Danny. Landslide victory for Danny Dyer. Well done, guys. Well done. OK, we're going to take another short comfort break now. Stay with us to see who predicted Donald Trump would piss himself. Only on Sky One. See you after this. Welcome back to my Look Back to the Future. Holograms, predictions... Look, it'll still be fun even if you don't get the concept. Catherine, how are you getting on with your identical twin?
Do you know what, Ramesh? I'm getting along with my hologram, and since a year ago, I've quit Botox. And I can see it's made absolutely hardly any difference.
You've quit Botox? What made you do that?
I just felt like I was creeping close to the edge. Of too much. And then you can't make any facial expressions, but check this out.
OK, next up, it's time for our celebrity round. Let's take a look at some of the most searched celebrities of 2018. No matter how mad you predict the world of celebrity will be in any given year, it will always find ways of topping it. 2018 was the year that some stars were born.
We've really just got each other, and he's genuine. I mean, I know he sells things.
While others imploded.
This is my reality now.
This rapper went 2018 batshit.
I made a hat that said, "Make America Great without the again."
This rapper went 2018 smashed it. And this rapper blew the internet into tiny little pieces. Some famous couples tied the knot. Some tangled themselves in a knot, while others hacked the knot with a machete. And we all realised once and for all which one was Ant. Mate, next time just get an Uber. Well, to help judge their predictions, please could you welcome one of the year's breakout celebrities. It is the most famous Danny Dyer. It's Danny Dyer! Hello, Danny.
Hello.
How are you?
I've got heartbeats everywhere.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, no, I'm feeling so nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous, Danny. Don't be nervous. Everybody loves you. Look, you're absolutely smashing it, mate. Don't worry about it. So, Danny, you've had an incredible year, rising to fame, obviously, after winning Love Island. What's 2018 been like for you?
You know what? It's been an amazing year. I sort of knew that I was doing well when Eddie Redmayne spoke about me.
What did he say?
He said that if it was an Oscar or me, he'd choose me.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my God. I started crying for about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't mean that much. OK. What has your dad done to prepare you for the world of celebrity into which you've been thrust?
You know, he's just always there for me. That's the only way, you know, you can deal with fame. I still don't feel like I am. I just walk around and people sort of know I am now.
Choking me up, this is. I'm not going to fucking lie. Yeah. And what do you think of a couple of gay dads that happen to be twins?
You've lost a lot of weight.
What, now? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Danny Senior, did you have any idea that...
Danny Senior, fucking hell.
What was it like sort of seeing how popular she became?
I got it wrong. I told her not to do it. I fucking begged her. I said, don't do it, don't do it. It's gonna, you know, it'll be the end of you.
Why did you want her to not do it?
Because it's fucking Love Island, Ramesh. It's, you know what I mean? It's a mad show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, she went and done it, and it was incredible what she done. She did it with dignity, and she was classy, and I made her. And, it probably took about a quarter of an hour to make her.
Disgusting.
See where she got her class from.
No, she's a lovely young lady, honestly. She's a credit to all of us.
She is my favourite. You're great.
Oh, thank you.
OK, so at the start of the year, I asked my guests to predict who would feature in the top 10 most searched celebrities on the internet this year, according to Google. I'm going to ask each of you for a prediction, and whoever's guess ranks highest in the top 10 wins. Danny's going to be on hand to reveal if and where your answer ranked. So let's get started. It's Team Richard first. Give us your prediction, Hologram Richard.
I'm going to go for Stormzy, because I think, A, he'll crack America, and B, I think he'll do the England World Cup song, which will be Mandem got knocked out in the quarterfinals.
So, Richard, 12 months on, how are you feeling about that Mandem get knocked out gag?
It's not... Well, it was semi-finals. Wasn't too bad, and Stormzy's had an amazing year.
Yeah, I think you've had a great shout there. But apparently, Stormzy's been Googling you, Danny, because he's a big fan of Love Island, and he said, and I quote, "Danny is the only real G in here. Danny Dyer should be proud." Isn't that lovely?
I never see that.
No, it happened.
That's nice of you.
Danny, what do you think makes you a real G?
Maybe we've got, like, similarities or something.
You and Stormzy?
Yeah.
What do you think those might be?
Well, he's a real G, ain't he? I mean, I like that. He don't follow me on Twitter, though.
Oh, doesn't he?
No.
OK, well, Stormzy, message from Danny Dyer. You're a prick, mate.
He also raps with great dignity.
Yeah.
And you showed a lot of dignity and carry yourself the same way. They are similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, troubled upbringing. Same thing.
Well, we know that Stormzy didn't record the official England song, but let's see if he was in the top 10 most searched for celebrities of the year. Best of luck, Richard. Danny?
Oh, I've got a text.
OK, what did it say?
No, Stormzy wasn't on the list.
Oh.
Unlucky. I'm
so sorry, Richard. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Team Danny, you're up next. Which celebrity did you think will be featured in the top 10 most searched celebrities on Google?
I'll go Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, because he's a fucking wrong'un, and he will be banged up, and he'll be sucking off geezers for half ounce of tobacco in his fucking prison cell where he belongs.
Danny Dyer there, obviously having some sort of tough January. OK, let's see if Harvey Weinstein is in the top 10 most searched celebrities of 2018. Danny?
I've got a text.
OK.
Sorry, Dad, Harvey Weinstein didn't make the top 10.
You're fucking joking.
No.
No. So sorry, Danny Senior. OK, finally, Team Catherine. Who did you think would be in the top 10 most Google celebrities of the year?
Kylie Jenner. Because I believe that she's having a baby any day now. If you don't know who that is, it's the youngest of the Kardashian girls. And they've kept her in hiding, those shape-shifting sisters. And nobody knows where she is, but I just love any baby being born, and I want to see it, and I'm going to search the fuck out of it.
OK, look, well, move over Sally Morgan. There's a new psychic in town. You predicted Kylie Jenner would have a baby, and she only bloody did.
She did.
Well done.
Whoa.
Apparently, a picture of Kylie's baby named Stormy broke records this year by becoming the most liked photo in Instagram history. It got 18 million likes.
I meant Stormy, not Stormzy, by the way. That
Too late, dickhead. You know what that is, though? That, by Catherine, is a mind-blowing prediction.
Woo!
OK, well, look, your prediction was brilliant, but that's not what we need to know. What we need to know is, was Kylie Jenner one of the most searched celebrities of 2018? Danny, I'm hoping you've got a text.
Oh, yeah, I've got a text.
Great.
Kylie Jenner amazingly didn't make the top 10, but according to Forbes magazine, she is soon to be first self-made billionaire, making her richer than J.K. Rowling, Adele and her sister Kim Kardashian.
Wow.
And she's so big on social media that when she tweeted that she became bored of Snapchat, the company stock lost around 1.3 billion.
Wow, thank you, Danny, for that clear sign of the apocalypse. OK, so it is time to pick a winner, and at the end of that, I have to award this round to Catherine for correctly predicting Kylie's baby. Well done, Catherine Ryan.
Wow. You're a freak.
A lot of time on my hands, thanks.
Danny, who else made the top 10? You got a text?
Oh, God, this is making me laugh. Donald Trump was top of the list with 38%, followed by Cristiano Ronaldo with 8%, then Messi, Kim Kardashian and Drake, all with 5%. Following behind were Justin Bieber, LeBron James, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, Beyonce, Kanye West, Taylor Smith and Prince Harry.
Wow.
Wow, Taylor Smith there.
It says Taylor Smith. Is that Taylor Swift?
Don't worry, Danny, somebody's getting fired. OK, well, next in the celebrity round, the incredibly important question I gave to you was, who will win Heat Magazine's Weird Crush 2018? Danny, could you please sort of explain to us what this competition's about?
So it's basically a competition where people vote, you know, who's like a celebrity, you know, not traditionally good-looking.
OK, so last year I came 7th and Richard won in 2011. So what do you... I mean, it's sort of like ugly bastards that you still would, isn't it? That's basically... Is that kind of the criteria?
Yeah, a little bit like fancying your school teacher.
Yeah, sure. And as long as it's not mutual, it's all safe and fun. OK. Well, I want a prediction from each of you, then Danny will reveal who got the closest. So, let's hear from Team Catherine first. Who will win Heat's Weird Crush of 2018? Hologram Catherine.
I think it'll be my favourite person of last year, and that is the guy who went viral sliding down the tube division and then really smashing his balls on those things. I love that guy. He's my weird crush.
OK, so if you don't know what Catherine's on about, take a look at this.
It's so good.
So that man's name is Freddie Andrews. What exactly about him?
He's got a little weird crush of his own there.
Yeah. Why do you like him, Catherine?
I love a man who can make you laugh, but can't make you pregnant.
No, absolutely. OK, Team Danny's up next. Who do you think is Heat's Weird Crush of 2018?
Might go for the older vote, because it's Heat Magazine. Someone like David Jason or someone like that. Older geezer, sexy though, still sexy, still got something about him.
OK, so here's a picture of octogenarian David Jackson. Danny. Did you... Do you really think you could win, bearing in mind that no one over the age of 44 has ever won before?
No, I fucked it there, haven't I?
Well, no, fingers crossed, who knows, somebody might like dusty bollocks. OK, finally, let's hear from Hologram Richard.
I would say the winner for 2018 will be a good friend of Danny Dyer's, Max Branning, Jake Wood.
OK, so let's recap. Danny went for David Jason, Richard went for Jake Wood, and Catherine went for Freddie Andrews. There they are. There's the pictures of them. Just before you reveal the winner, Danny, shag, marry, kill.
Oh, sorry, Dad. I would sleep with the one from Rolling Fools and Horses. No, I'd marry him. I'd marry him.
You'd marry David Jason.
I'd marry David Jason.
You've only got, what, a couple of weeks?
I reckon he's got one last fuck in him, David Jason. Not with my daughter, by the way. But I think he's got one last one in him.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
I would sleep with, is it Jake Wood, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd kill the other one.
So you'd kill the other one. Danny, what do you think your daughter's choice is? Do you reckon you can hook that up?
Yeah, funnily enough.
Oh, yeah.
No, she's been forced into it, so I'll allow it. I'll let it slide.
OK, fine. Good, thank God. OK, Danny, it's time to reveal the winner. I assume we're carrying on this text bit. So have you got a text?
Are we still doing this, yeah?
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. I've got a text.
What does it say?
Yeah, so Jake Wood was the winner. So well done, Richard.
How'd you do
Well
that?
done, Richard.
Got like an inside track.
This is Jake Wood looking fit as, in a kind of sort of ginger serial killer way. Well done, Richard, but you're not going to be getting a mind-blown effect because Jake Wood actually won the award in 2017, 2016 and 2015.
No.
I can, however, offer you a mind puff.
Who knew?
So, I can give you some other names on here. Philip Schofield in at number 3, Ed Sheeran at number 4, Piers Morgan at 17, 3 places below him, Ramesh Ranganathan.
Oh.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Behind Piers Morgan. So, fuck everyone. Look, at the end of that, I'm going to be awarding the point to Richard for predicting Jake Wood as the winner. Congratulations.
Cunning. Very cunning.
Oh, my taxi's here. I'm going to go now, actually.
You've got to go.
But thanks for having me on here anyway.
Oh, no problem.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you, Danny. Let's give up for Danny Dyer.
Thank you.
Time for a break. See you in a minute. Welcome back to my Look Back to the Future. OK, it's time to talk me. It's been a big year for planet Earth, but it's also been a big year for Ramesh Ranganathan. I made a critically acclaimed show where I tried to break America, and to give you an idea of how well it went, I'm back here doing this. I had my first sitcom on Sky, Reluctant Landlord. It's semi-autobiographical, as is my next show, Reluctant Husband, Father and host of a needlessly complex Sky panel show. Now, this show isn't just about predicting what will happen to planet Earth. It's about what will happen to us, what we can achieve in the space of a year. So, last January, I set one of my guests a challenge. Who? Danny Dyer. To explain what the challenge was, over to Hologram Danny.
So I'm growing a Derby. Derby Kelly is a belly. I would like to lose some weights. So I'm going to hang off of a bar. I'm going to hang off of a fucking bar right now and then see in a year's time whether I can hang on it for longer.
OK, so Danny is going to attempt the most famous of calorie burners, hanging off a bar. Let's have a look at what you've done to prepare for this, Danny. Can you talk us through this?
Yeah, I found a beam, so I just started hanging off of that. You know, kept it nice and simple.
Yeah.
I was hanging off of Sharon.
Yeah.
You know, which is always lovely. And me just hanging at the bar, having half a lager.
OK, so it seems like you've done a lot of prep for this.
Yeah.
Danny, can you go and get ready for us, please? Just over in the games area.
Come on, Danny.
Catherine, do you think he will beat himself from a year ago?
Well, we watched him beat himself a few minutes ago. I'd like to watch him beat himself again.
OK, well, look, I think your younger self is almost ready to take you on. Hologram Danny, how you feeling?
I've given up booze, but I haven't given up cocaine, as you can see.
OK, let's see what happens when two Danny Dyers walk up to a bar. Give it your best trash talk, Hologram Danny.
What, you skinny fucking bastard? Look at you. Fucking standing there giving it the big one. I'm going to hang off this bar and I'll fucking show you. You're fake. You've always been fake. You're a snake. Your mother's a fucking wrong'un.
Oh!
What's up, you mug? Would you fucking say to me, I'll fucking iron you out?
Looks like January Danny was on the piss a little bit. OK, so, both of you are going to attempt to dangle from the pull-up bar for as long as you can. The challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
What? Now...
Yeah.
Go on, Dan.
Oh, fuck me. This is lovely, this is.
You can do it.
Go on,
Forget
Danny.
about
Well,
it.
to be fair, it's fucking hurting.
Go on now, Danny.
Talk amongst yourselves, or... Go on, fucking drop with you fat... Go on, fucking... Drop! I can't fucking do that, you're mad. Drop, go on.
You can do it, Danny. You do look very fit now.
Fuck, I've had enough, to be honest. I've had enough.
Oh, no, you
Danny, that was very, very
beat him.
close.
I think I've done it.
You have done it. Hologram Danny lasted 37 seconds, but you managed 37 and a half. How do you feel?
Fucking over the moon!
Yeah.
Yay!
You have won a point for Team Danny!
Yeah.
Now, a few topics have provided more headlines than politics. Take a look at this. All around the world, politics is in a bloody mess. Europe's trying to stop itself falling apart, while Vladimir Putin tries to get the Soviet Union back together for a reunion gig. Everyone everywhere seems to be protesting, from the French about fuel to the British about every single thing we can think of. In Britain, Henry Bolton chose love over leadership. Jeremy Corbyn doesn't know what to choose over Brexit. And Theresa May's looking increasingly lonely at the top as all the pale men around her stab her in the back, side and front. Ditto. To help guide me through the world of politics, please could you welcome a current affairs commentator who couldn't be more politically connected. It is Rachel Johnson. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power. Rachel, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Ramesh.
Is the world, in your opinion, in a better place than it was last year?
Things could only get worse this year. It doesn't matter what you do. You can strut the world stage as a strongman with impunity, and I think that's a really bad look for politics. So I'm not feeling very happy or hopeful, Ramesh. Sorry to be so serious,
no,
but this is a serious... Thank you for that.
But do you know what, Rachel? You won't have seen it before, but Chris Kamara said exactly the same
I
thing.
know, I heard it. I'm sorry to be repeating, Cammy.
No, thank you so much for keeping it light. And what have been your sort of standout, unpredictable moments in politics?
I was actually sitting in Birmingham, which I don't like to do very much, and watching Theresa May's conference speech, and then suddenly we had the Dancing Queen.
With the chaos of Brexit, though, who would have predicted that Danny Dyer would be the one to sum up the root cause of the problem in this incredibly insightful moment of straight talking that became one of the must-see clips of the year? Take a look at this.
Who knows about Brexit?
Yeah, quite.
No one's got a f***ing clue what Brexit is, yeah? You watch Question Time, it's comedy.
Were you no clearer when Jeremy Corbyn
No,
explained
I ain't got the
Labour's
clue.
policy?
No one knows what it is. It's like this mad riddle that no one knows what it is, right? So what's happened to that twat David Cameron who called it on? Let's be fair.
I think you're referring to our former Prime Minister.
Yeah, but how comes he can scuttle off? He called all this on.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He has no regrets.
Where is he? He's in Europe, in Nice, with his trotters up. Yeah? Where is the geezer? I think he should be held accountable for it. He should be held accountable for it.
It's a valid point. A lot of people do feel that
Absolutely nailed it, Danny. Be honest, after you said that, did you think, I have fucking smashed that?
No, I mean, I was just a bit humpy that day, and I was sitting next to fucking Piers Morgan, and it all come a little bit on top, and I just had a little bit of a vent. I didn't think it would go as insane as that. I just thought it was common knowledge that the man's a fucking twat. He's actually not... He's not a twat, he's a the geezer. No, sorry. you know, and it's fucking just a travesty how he can slip off. Where is he, though? Let's be straight.
Yeah.
Where is he? Nothing, not a fucking word from the geezer.
No, you're absolutely right. Danny, you absolutely smashed it. And I would love your take on some other issues, if you wouldn't mind. If I could just give you the topic and you could give me your opinion in a few words. First up, Vladimir Putin.
No, I'm not going to get myself in more trouble with fucking Putin. That's all I need.
No, don't. Probably don't.
Him on me fucking case, you know what I mean?
He's famously very chilled out, so I won't worry about it.
Yeah, well...
Do you live near any cathedrals?
Don't matter, does it? He's got all his little mob fucking floating about, jacking people up, fucking... Yeah. You know, with his fucking poison. So
well done. I think you've dodged a bullet in saying too much there. Absolutely smashed that. The Middle East?
Lovely gaff. You know, wouldn't mind getting a villa there.
Theresa May?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Theresa May. Poor bastard she is, honestly. Fucking useless. But lovable in a way. Look at her, fucking lovable.
And I would ask you about Rachel's brother Boris, but we already know what you think about him.
Oh, that's your brother, isn't it?
Yeah. In your recent interview with The Big Issue, you described him as running around with his stupid haircut, spouting bollocks. Rachel, how do you feel about that?
I'm so... It just goes over my head now.
This brings me to the next topic that I asked you about in January, Donald Trump. Whether you hate him or just really dislike him, he's had a huge 2018. Let's see how his year shaped up. Donald Trump kept a low profile in 2018.
Hey, look at the cameras, everybody!
Just kidding. I saw more of him than I did my own kids. But it's impossible to predict what Trump will do in the next hour, let alone a whole year.
I hereby grant you a full pardon.
He spent most of it rubbing shoulders with people who would make him look less awful by comparison. People who went on longer and more insane rants than him.
If he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president.
People who are somehow even worse with women. And leaders of countries in an even worse political mess than his.
This incredible woman right here is doing a fantastic job, a great job.
But even so, Trump's tantrums trumped everyone else's.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
And this baby effigy of Trump still had a higher mental age than the man himself. Is it any wonder the best friend he made this year was the only other bloke in the world with an equally dodgy family and a shit haircut?
He wrote me beautiful letters. We fell in love.
What a year for Trump. He got laughed out of the UN, he won in the Senate, he lost the House, and possibly worst of all, Stormy Daniels said that Trump has a mushroom-shaped penis. Thank you, Stormy, for ruining mushrooms and penises. Hannah, what do you make of the year that Donald Trump has had? Catherine, what's your take on Trump?
I think it's a dark and scary time. Maybe not for me, because I look exactly like the type of Orange County bitch who marries him.
Richard, are you a fan?
No, I'm going to say I'm not. I'm going to come down on the side of not being a fan. I think we spent the last 20, 30 years calling everyone right-wing fascist, and so when a real one comes along, we've slightly used all of our bullets, unfortunately. And I think he's not really a subject for comedy.
Well, the whole round is centred on him, so... The question I asked you last January was, what will Donald Trump's most offensive gaffe be? Let's start with Hologram Richards.
I worry his biggest gaffe of the year will involve the Queen in some way. I hope it's not a physical one. When he's over here, he will meet the Queen. There is no way that he's going to meet the Queen and not say something absolutely awful.
OK, so Donald Trump did come to the UK and he did meet the Queen. Rachel, what happened? Was there a gaffe?
He did this weird, like, he stood in front of the Queen, but she did this terrific movement and sort of outflanked him, and he was left in no man's land. So she won that one. But he's still walking in front of the Queen, and you don't do that. Look, but she kind of comes around the outside.
It sort of looked like initially she was using him for cover.
Yeah.
Team Catherine, it's your turn now. What will Trump's biggest gaffe of 2018 be? Hologram Catherine.
He's got to hurt his own fan base because we are already appalled. So it's going to be something against the baby Jesus, not grown-up Jesus, because, you know, he was dangerously beardy for a lot of Americans. The baby Jesus. Once you insult the infant, newborn, angel baby Jesus, then America will turn their backs.
OK, Catherine, you put all of your eggs in the baby Jesus basket. Quite a risky strategy from your hologram there, would you say?
Well, I know that Trump's fan base are difficult to shift. gift, but I also know how to hit him where it hurts, and it's baby Jesus. I'm comfortable putting my remaining eggs in that basket.
So, Catherine, no dice there, no baby Jesus-related stuff, but...
Not yet.
We've not had Christmas yet, so still got a chance. Team Danny, your turn now. What will Donald Trump's biggest gaffe be? Hologram Danny.
What hasn't he fucking done? I mean, he could, you know, he always looks like he's on the verge of pissing himself. I'd love to see him piss himself, wouldn't you? Fucking ranting and raving up there and he just pisses.
So, Hologram Danny, what are you actually predicting?
Just a straight piss, you know what I mean? Just fucking smothered in piss, just standing there.
Danny. Real Danny.
It's crazy talk, this, isn't it?
So your prediction would be that he pisses himself?
Yeah.
Rachel, I'm pretty sure we would have heard something about this, but...
No joy.
Did anything like that happen? Was there a straight piss,
He
or was
definitely didn't piss himself.
He did have a kind of toilet-related incident, though, Danny.
So he's walking up to get into Air Force One, and he appears to have some toilet tissue adhering to the back of his shoe, which is not a great look for the POTUS.
Well, look, at the end of that, I am going to award that round to Richard, who predicted that Trump would make a gaffe when he met the Queen. So well done to you, Richard.
Well done, Mitch.
Thank you, Danny. Can we please give a round of applause for our guest expert, Rachel Johnson?
Thank you.
These holograms need a recharge, and luckily, they run on adverts. See you after this. Hello again. This is my look back to the future. Next up, it's time for our quick-fire prediction round. Last year, I bombarded our guests with loads of questions, and you each gave an instant prediction. Here's how it works. Players, you've got to buzz in if you think your hologram got the prediction correct. A point for your team if they did, but you lose a point if they got it wrong. The round ends when you hear this sound. Whoa, that is crazy! I hate that so much, but that is a sound. OK, everybody understand?
Yes.
Yep,
Buzzers at the ready. Off we go. Okay, so question number one. What will be the Oxford English Dictionary's word of the year? Hologram Danny.
Tracholitis.
What exactly is that, Hologram Danny?
It's just a couple of treacles knocking about together.
OK, that was incorrect, I'm afraid. It was toxic. A bonus point for anyone who can buzz in and tell me why toxic was the word of the year. Catherine.
Because we learned about toxic masculinity and its effects, and I hope that you all talk about your feelings and stop punching.
OK, absolutely correct. A point to Catherine. OK, question two. What colour will the winning Grand National horse be? Hologram Richard.
Yeah, brown, as always.
I can confirm that Grand National winner Tiger Roll was light brown. Well done, Richard. OK, question three. Where will Prince Harry have his stag do? Hologram Catherine.
I hope Prince Harry has his stag do in my mouth.
Whoa!
Whoa! Catherine. Catherine.
I don't know what to say. I've really come a long way in a year, and I'm less of a slut.
OK, Catherine, it was actually the Scottish Highlands.
But I know. Trust me, I would have noticed.
Yeah,
The Scottish Highlands, by the way, is my nickname for my asshole. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Danny, did you get invited to the stag do?
No. I fucking wish I did, though.
That shocked me, and I am me.
Yeah. OK, question four. Who will be axed from EastEnders in 2018? Hologram Danny.
I can't do that. I work with
go on, do
fucking
it.
people. How can I... Go on. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Come on, Hologram Danny. They're going to be axed anyway. You're not going to have to talk to them.
I'm going to have to swerve that one. I can't, you know. Fucking do it.
No, fair enough, Hologram Dan. It's very professional. You've shown integrity. I mean, it's just a quiz, isn't it? And you work on EastEnders, I understand. You don't want to upset any of your colleagues.
All right, OK, Richard Blackwood.
Correct. Richard Blackwood was axed back in March.
Whoa!
Don't clap it.
Danny, how did you know, apart from EastEnders' regular diversity quota?
Listen, he's doing Dancing on Ice, so, you know, silver linings and all that.
Yes, and what a silver lining. That was a mind-blowing prediction. OK, back to the questions. Who will be a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing 20...
Whoa, that is crazy.
OK, well, that is it for the predictions. So let's have a recap. Danny, your most impressive prediction was that Richard Blackwood would be axed. Catherine, what can I say? The official pregnancy predictor. You correctly predicted Kylie Jenner being pregnant this year. Richard, your smart-ass way of covering your bases, I've got to be honest, has pissed me off. But you did get a lot right. But with all predictions considered, I've decided the winner of Look Back to the Future 2018 is... Catherine Ryan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, baby.
Really competitors. Thank you. How you like me now, Harry?
Catherine, would you have predicted being the winner?
How I beat them, I will never know. But I can tell you this, there will be a celebration later in my mouth. As I enjoy a glass of wine and a victory.
OK, well done, Catherine.
And everyone's invited.
Everyone's invited to the party. Wow, what a way to end the show. We've got another little special treat for you. Please, with one last performance, could you please give it up for the holograms?
I fancy Richard Osman over there. A lovely older geezer.
I'd love to be able to do something absolutely awful. To hologram Danny, crack in some way, a physical one.
Richard Osman, smashing the fuck out of Danny Dyer.
Yes, please.
An English Cocker Spaniel.
And a flesh-coloured unitard. Richard Osman, smashing the fuck out of Danny Dyer.
A fucking nut. Be sucking off geezers, smothered in beard oil.
In the Cotswolds.
They're gonna have a baby.
Off a fucking nut.
Absolutely.
Fucking nut.
It'll be such a banger that everyone will be talking about it.
Fucking true.
Thank you so much for watching Look Back to the Future. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Good night.
There's balls flying about everywhere on Sunday in back-to-back Premier League action. It kicks off at 11:30 on Sky Sports Premier League.